Tourism and Hospitality.
Nice meeting you all.
Nice to meet you, ma'am.
Nice meeting you.
And then I also have Miss Josephine. She is actually our lead for Southeast Asia for our international business.
Oh,
And of course myself.
I can see.
So on
Okay,
GB Academy side, Jocelyn, are you still here? Where's Jocelyn?
Hi, I'm Joycelyn. So today we have my colleague here, Corey, as well. So thank you for the joining the event. So we will do the recording for this Zoom session. Let's say after the training, if you have you need any refresh or something, you can request the group from Miss Megan.
Okay.
So I think the flow of today's meeting is going to be, I hope to keep it, we're hoping to keep it short actually. It's a Saturday and all, so I'm sure everybody is all ready and pumped up. So I think we'll start with a short introduction of MDIS for the benefit of the campus managers, as well as those who will be doing the recruitment and marketing for MDIS and the program. So Josephine will be presenting a short introduction of MDIS, and after that, Miss Lani will be presenting the program, and then I will close the meeting with the admissions process.
All right. Okay, thank you, Mr. Kirin. I will go straight ahead. Good afternoon, everyone. Selamat siang.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes. All right. Here in MDIS, we are currently having 8 globally recognized UK-US university partners, which means we have years of trust from these partners. In addition, we currently have more than 10 disciplines available, which means in Indonesia, we are more aware of it as majors. So we have majors ranging for, of course, tourism, hospitality, to business, and engineering, technology, and many more. We are currently one of the oldest private institution in Singapore. A bit of a background, we also are the chosen institution upon Singapore independence to help build the Singapore economy. And we have been doing that over the years, after many years. In addition, we are also, we hold 4 years EduTrust. In Indonesia, it is called akreditasi. Jadi, our accreditation is 4 years EduTrust, which is one of the highest accreditation. So in terms of our campuses, aside from Singapore campus, we have a few branch campus, one in Tashkent, one in Dushanbe, one bigger campus branch is also in Malaysia. Upon our facilities in campus, we have quite comprehensive facilities from 66 classrooms, 5 computer labs, 4 life science lab, 4 engineering lab, 3 fashion studios, 1 psychology center, library, and hospitality and tourism training center. We are quite proud of our hospitality and tourism training center because in Singapore currently, we are the only school equipped with these facilities. We can assure you that other private institutions do not have these facilities. These facilities include a full-on real-life looking some sort of studio looking facilities whereby it has the reception area and dining area and the room area, bedroom area. This is to give students a full capability to study practical skills for our hospitality and tourism. And we are currently one of the best to produce hospitality and tourism graduates. Aside from that, we also have a media hub, radio hub, cookery and bakery facilities, lecture theaters, and fully equipped gymnasium and badminton court. This is the campus facilities. And also, aside from the campus facilities, we also have hostel facilities. But I always say to students and parents that hostel facilities is also accessible for students, as our hostel and our campus is in the same premises. And also an additional information, we are the only private institution in Singapore that has a hostel. So if there is any other private institution that they say, oh, we have a hostel, that wouldn't be true, because we are the only one. So in terms of the facilities in the hostel area as well, we have gymnasium, we have 24 hours convenience store, we have Wi-Fi, food court, student communal place, laundry room, dance studio, movie room, game room, and we have a shuttle bus service. This shuttle bus service will bring students to the nearest MRT and campus, and it will just go back and forth to the nearest MRT station and the campus. So in terms of our campus, we are located in Queenstown, Stirling Road. It's quite central. It's in the Green Line. So if any of the respected from Caribbean coordinators, managers want to visit us, feel free to do so. And I would like to give an honorary mention as well. I am an Indonesian, so I'm quite up to date. So currently, we have a very prominent alumni from our school, which is Mr. Gibran Rakabumi Raka, the upcoming about to be the Vice President of Indonesia, is also our graduate. So it just goes to show that MDIS continue to bring forth a very prominent graduates. We want our graduates to be industrial ready for the society. Okay, so that is a short introduction. So the respective Bapak Ibu in this list can take a look now in the picture, but I hope someday we get to see you in person as well. So there's a short introduction from me. I would like to pass to Miss Lani, the head of school for tourism and hospitality.
Thank you, Josephine. Okay, I just want to make sure, can you all hear me and see the slides? Is it okay?
Yes.
Can you all see the slides? Okay, can. Thank you. Welcome to my school, the tourism and hospitality. Okay, my name is Eleni. I'm the head of school. Okay, so you can see from all these pictures, actually our school is full of activities and fun. Hospitality is always so interesting, you know, so many things happening, you know. So, okay, so in our campus in MDIS Singapore, we have a lot of facilities actually prepared for our students' learning. As you can see, we have a mock-up restaurants, we have a mock-up hotel room, mock-up bar counter, and on top of that, we have actually invited a lot of industrial speakers to come to our school. Those industrial speakers are actually from the hotels. Okay, they are the senior managers to come and give our students a talk. And on top of that, we also have all the hotel facilities installed in our training centers as well. Okay, so when the students are free during the break, we also conduct a lot of workshops like culinary workshop, bakery workshops, okay, mocktail workshops, okay, all sorts of workshops that is related to the industry of hospitality. So we just want our students to enjoy the learning experience in our school of hospitality and tourism. Okay, so without further ado, okay, maybe I just give you some information about our program. Okay, so our professional diploma in tourism and hospitality operation. Okay, this program is mainly actually targeted on skill base. So we train our students to be competency ready. So they must be competent. Competent in what sense? Okay, in acquire all kinds of skills so they are ready in terms of handling any kinds of operation in hotel, whether it is restaurant service, whether it is being service a guest room, checking a guest, check out a guest, doing cashiering for guests, taking order for guests, any hospitality related skills. So we would like to train them in this professional diploma, so they will be ready as a practitioner, okay, to be served and to be ready to service our hospitality industry. Okay, so this is our main program objective. Okay, so let's take a look at what are the modules. Okay, this whole program, whole total duration is 7 months. Okay, there are total 6 modules, 6 academic module plus 6 months industrial internship, we call it on-the-job training. Okay, so there are total 6 module plus 6 months internship. For our internship, the student actually can choose whether they want to do it in Singapore or they would like to do it in their home country or any kind of country, as long as they can find industrial placement, okay, that is related to hospitality and tourism. So they can go anywhere. Okay, because we believe tourism is about global tourism. It's not just tourism, not about local tourism or domestic tourism. Okay, so let me just go through all the modules, give some brief introduction of each and every module. Okay, for the first module, we always conduct this module as the first module, which is called Introduction to Hospitality and Tourism Industry. So we give them the basic info, what is our industry about, okay? What are the basic functions, structures, okay, and the job responsibility, okay? Whether it's a hotel, in the restaurant, or in the attraction areas, okay, or in the airline. So basically, how is our industry has been formed. So this is always our first module that we introduce to our students, okay? The second module, now we will zoom into front office operation. Okay, so we'll teach our students how to make reservation, how to do check-in and check-out, okay, and how the front office operation, what are the cycles, okay, of front office operation, the pre, the during, and the post cycle, and what are the activities as a guest that will go through as a guest journey in the hotel. Okay, and on top of that, okay, we also purchased the hotel rear opera system to be installed in our front desk. We have a mock-up front desk, okay, in our training mock-up room. So we have actually purchased this system called opera system, which is most of the hotels are using this system. So our student will be trained, okay, during the study. So when they go to hotel, they already know the system. They know how to operate the system. So this is another feature of this module. So this is the second module normally we introduce. The third module is a housekeeping operation. Okay, I think you're quite familiar. I think I heard from Kieran, this module, I think most of our students from Indonesia will be exempted, right? Okay, so maybe I shouldn't go into more details, but I just give you a gist of it. So basically, this module, we will teach students how to make the bed, how to clean the rooms, how to clean the toilet, okay? They will also learn about how to handle the laundry operation, uniform operation, linen, okay, and the public area, okay? So in this module, okay, you will be showcase our 5-star mock-up room, okay, to teach the students. So all the facilities actually are sponsored by the hotels. Okay, so when students studying this room, doing the practical, they will feel that they are really, working in the hotel. So this is the housekeeping operation module. Okay, the next exciting module will be our food and beverage knowledge. Okay, so we will teach our students, okay, we will teach our students about food and beverage. Okay, what are different kinds of food, what kind of different kind of cuisine, what kind of non-alcoholic beverage, alcoholic beverage, okay, and of course, what are the different roles in the F&B industry, okay. So that's the knowledge part, okay. Then of course we have the operation, which is the practical. Okay, from there, our students have to stand up, okay, and learn how to serve, okay. Serve, not just serve like, when we serve our parents, with our food. We will teach them different types of service, Russian service, English service, how you're going to serve, what's the skill that's required behind, okay. We also will teach them the different types of F&B operations, okay, what is required. Okay, from the moment that the guest walk into the restaurant until the moment that the guest leaves the restaurant, okay, the whole series, the different steps, okay, of the operations that involve. And of course, we also teach our students the different characteristics, okay, and different types of equipment, okay, that is involved in the restaurant operation. Okay, so this is mainly the practical part about F&B. Okay, the last module, okay, we believe in the hospitality industry, communication skill is always the most important skill they have to acquire. So we teach them about effective communication. What is the communication process? Okay, what are the barriers of communication? Okay, how to interact with different guests from all over the world with other with kind of communication or language barrier. How do you overcome that? Okay, and the last part, which is also very exciting part, is that we will also teach the student to prepare for the job interview, which is the writing part. Okay, the writing of the resume, the verbal communication, how to handle the HR questionnaires and all during the job interviews. So that module actually connects to the internship module later on. Okay, so it connects very well. Okay, so this is our 6th academic module. Okay, after they complete the 6th academic module, then they will go for internship. But of course, before that, they have to make sure they pass all the assessments. Okay, so the assessment criteria, okay, basically for theory module, okay, we are very straightforward. 20% on the class participation, 30% on the assignment, okay, 30% on the practical assessment, and of course, the last 30% will be on the final examination, okay? So there will be 2 practical modules, okay, which is F&B and housekeeping. Then there will be less on the academic part, okay, so we will only take as 20% class participation and 80% will be all on the practical assessment, okay? So this is our assessment criteria, okay? So far, do you have any questions? I just want to make sure that I'm speaking too fast. Is everything okay? Any question? Okay, okay. All right, let me move on. Okay, about our lecturers. Okay, so I'm very proud to say that my department, all our lecturers are at least a master and above. Okay, I'm pretty, and not only the academic, we're academic qualified, they also have extensive industrial experience. They all come from industries. Okay, so like Kamazat, Mr. Kamazat is my actually manager. Okay, he specialized in the MICE events management. Okay, so anything to do with tourism, that's his forte. Okay, now we also have Mr. Terrence. Mr. Terrence has been teaching for, I think, for 30 over years. Okay, he started as a practitioner. Okay, and he's well versed in the hospitality industry. Okay, not only in Singapore but overseas as well. Okay, has worked in China, in other parts of the world as well. Okay, he also very familiarized. He used to be an industrial relationship manager, goes to the hotel, okay, to place our students. Okay, so he's our senior lecturer. Okay, and currently he's teaching in another our partner school in Huzhou. Okay, and he also well versed in Chinese as well. I will ask him whether he is well versed in Bahasa Indonesia also. Okay, maybe he is. Okay, that's our senior lecturer, Mr. Terrence. Okay, then we have Mr. Aji. Okay, Aji is another very talented lecturer. He used to work in America. Okay, and he has his own restaurant in America as well. So in terms of F&B practice, F&B operation, okay, and entrepreneurship model, how to open a restaurant, he is the expert. So you can see our lecturers are specialized in different areas as well. Okay, so that's Mr. Aji. Now we have Marina. Okay, Marina, his specialty is human resource management, okay, communication skill. On top of that, he's also teaching our research methodology, teaching students how to write reports and all these. And he was the training manager last time from all the 5-star hotel. Okay, and he also worked in the HR department as well. So that's Marina. Okay, Marina, another thing about Marina, he is well versed in Bahasa Indonesia. He used to work in Bali before. So this is another, yeah, correct. Yeah, so she knows Indonesia very well. Okay, yeah, okay. So that's our lecture, but our lecture not just these 4. Okay, we have about 100 over. Okay, our list. So I don't really have the time to go through one by one. Okay, so we can always find the expert to teach the module. Okay, all right. Okay, now it comes to internship. Okay, that's our internship total 6 months, so it will count by weeks, 24 weeks. Okay, so far we have placed so many thousands of students in the Singapore hotels. Okay, one feature of our internship program. Okay, once our student goes out for internship, okay, every month we actually encourage our lecturers also to visit them. So we actually keep in touch with them. Okay, and we keep in touch with the human resource department, the training department as well. Okay, so we always visit them and ask them, okay, how do you do in the hotel? And I will also ask them for feedback. Is there anything that you're learning which you didn't learn in school? So we will revise and we upgrade, okay, our curriculum as well. Okay, so this is our hotels. Okay, this is our partnership hotels and our students who are currently doing that the attachment. Okay, so these are the partners. Actually, the list goes on and on. We have about 200 over. So my slides just cannot, the space is limited. So I just put a few. Okay, so we have trained our students and placed them everywhere in Singapore. Okay, so we are not just placing them in the hotels. We have a different range of hospitality organization. Okay, we have country clubs, F&B outlets. Okay, of course, hotels. We also have actually event companies. Okay, which is up and coming nowadays. The youngsters really love to organize events. Okay, so these are our partners. Okay, so this is just few. Okay, actually this is much longer. Okay, so during the academic days, while they are in campus, okay, during their studies, we actually not just let them go through the academic modules. We actually have a lot of events that we organize for our students. So this is one of the recent events we call the tourism fair. Okay, our students are still young. They probably have not traveled to a lot of parts of the world. So we actually ask our students to organize the tourism fairs. Okay, so for example, we have students from Vietnam, students from China. We want them to showcase their food and beverage from their own country. Then they organize event and sell their food and beverage to other students in MDIS, to other lecturers in MDIS. Okay, I think that's very fun. So they can learn from each other about different types of countries' cuisine, different types of beverages, different types of culture. So within the school campus, they already start learning about tourism. Okay, so this is one event that we recently organized. Okay, then we also have, we also organize workshops like dining etiquette workshops. Okay, how to eat and dine like the ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we also teach them, okay, how to bake, okay, and how to cook some simple dishes. Okay, latte art is up and coming. Okay, our students are all very interested. Okay, and the mocktail. Okay, mocktail, how to make a simple mocktail. Okay, so they showcase the skills, okay, in front of other students, in front of the other lecturers. Okay, career talks also. Okay, so during the study, we actually invite a lot of hoteliers to come. The senior manager, for example, during the human resource module, our housekeeping modules, we will invite the housekeeper from a 5-star hotel to come and give a talk, okay, to our students. So they learn the real information, the most updated information from the hoteliers on the spot. Okay, so this thing actually goes on like every 2 months. We will actually invite some hoteliers to come and do the talk. Okay, then the recent one, we have actually invited the quality director from Kempinski to give us a talk about quality management. Okay, so that's the reason. So when we invite the hoteliers to come to us, we also go to the hotels. So we organize some industry visits. We license the hotel. Okay, we bring our students to the hotels and learn from them, to see the hotels, to see the operation. Okay, to learn the stories behind the hotel operation from different experts. Okay, so those are the recent few trips that we have organized. Okay, then of course the major events we also want to participate, like the F1, the British High Commission. Okay, so we have an opportunity, we get our students to serve during those big events. So their CV looks good, their resume looks good. Okay, even before they goes out for employment. Okay, so we help them to add colors on the resumes lah. Okay, so that's the industrial collaboration. Okay, this is another thing that we are very proud. Okay, in this year, July, okay, our students actually participate in the national cocktail competition. Okay, and the champion actually from MDIS. We have a Mr. Liang. He actually, after many rounds of practices, yes, okay, many nights of practices, he has won the championship title. Yes, for the 2023, okay, mocktail competition. Okay, because ours is a student category, so we cannot touch alcohol, so we do mocktail. Okay, and on top of that, okay, third runner up also from our school, Miss Anu, okay, from Mongolian. Okay, she has actually awarded to be the third runner-up. Okay, so all of them, okay, are from our school. Every year we have been winning, okay, whether it's first prize, second prize, or third prize. Normally, all the top three is come from us. Yeah, come from MDIS. So we are very strong in F&B operation, especially in the mocktail competition. Okay, so we are very proud of that. Okay, so this is their showcase piece, the masterpiece. Yeah. All right, okay. So any other question before I do a summary? Is there any questions? No question? Okay. So when people ask me what is the features of this professional diploma, okay? I would say I will give my honest opinion. I would say because this program, although it's very short, it's 6 months, okay. However, actually our curriculum is really aligned to the evolving industry. Okay, it's really up to date. Okay, our facilities are fully equipped. Okay, wherever the hotels are using, we have it. Okay, and also the specialty of our program, we always invite guest speakers. We always have the workshop. We also do industry visit. We also do field trips as well. Okay, for our students, so they can stay current, okay, to the industry. Okay, and on top of that, we actually focus on the applied learning. Okay, so as I say in the beginning, it's a competency-based program. So we want to make sure our students, they can do it. They can show us, not just they can tell us, but we train them that they can show us and do it in front of the guests, in front of the hoteliers, in front of the bosses in future. Okay, so that's the feature of our program. Now, of course, our lecturers are well equipped with the knowledge because they're all from an industry. Okay, so this program is really prepare our learners. Okay, for the entry level, so the skill will be ready. Okay, in the tourism and hospitality industry. Okay, so these are the features of our program, the uniqueness of our program. Okay. And just to share with you, every year we will have this leaders reception, okay, in terms of job opportunity. And the end of the course, okay, we organize what we call the leaders reception, where we invite all the hoteliers to come to our school. They will meet our graduates, okay. So we can share some knowledge, okay. We will invite some keynote speakers from the hotel, okay, and also invite them to meet our graduates. So our graduates can immediately have job opportunities as well. Okay, so this is about our leaders reception. Okay, so of course, our professional diploma, okay, if the student, okay, they want to upgrade, okay, they want to be future ready, okay, we also have many pathways for them. Okay, so after the professional diploma, they can continue with the foundation diploma, okay, then go up to the higher diploma as well. Okay, then from there, they actually can just do a 9-month top-up for their degree. Then, of course, then they want to further upgrade themselves, they can do a master. Yeah, so we actually have all those programs for the student to progress with us. Okay, so in MDIS, we always talk about lifelong learning. Okay, so nowadays in Singapore, it's always about lifelong learning. So we have all the progression paths for them already. All right. Okay, so in School of Tourism and Hospitality, we always, because we are tourism and hospitality school, so we believe, okay, it's always better to travel 10,000 miles rather than just read 10,000 books. Okay, so we encourage our students to go out and experience themselves. So okay, so we also bring our students for Hong Kong trip, Bangkok trip, okay, because we have, in the degree they have another module called urban tourism, okay, visitor economy. Okay, so the best thing to learn is, we believe, to let them travel. So we bring them out to a destination they're all interested in. Okay, so our lecturer will bring them out, let them experience, learn from the destination itself. Okay, to enrich their experience. All right, okay, that will be the end of my presentation. So I hope to see everybody when you come and visit Singapore, come and visit MDIS, and of course me. Don't forget. Okay, all right, okay. Is there any other question that I can help you to answer? Okay, I hope my presentation is clear. Is there any questions? I will be happy to answer any kinds of question. No question?
Thank you.
Yes.
Any questions from team? Pak Adi? Pak Widi, Pak Komang, okay. Miss Ferry, Pak Yogi, Pak Umbu, Pak Angga. Actually, what you have guys explained to us is pretty clear because all the explanations are supported by pictures and also testimony and also the data. And since that we have the same background of educational training for our students who are also in hospitality, so seems like everything is really similar.
Yes. Okay. Our industry is all about fun. Yes.
Okay. I think enough clear.
Clear. Okay. Kieran.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, all the presentations that provided by Mr. Kieran and also Ms. Megan before, we have learned about it, and so far everything is clear.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. So let me just stop sharing. I think okay. Now I'm gonna pass the time to Mr. Kieran. He's gonna share with us about application processes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Now see my presentation. Oops. Okay, can anyone see my presentation? I'm so sorry. I think Miss Lani
Yes.
has give the presentation of the modules and things like that. So here comes the boring part. I don't have very nice pictures, so I hope you all please forgive me. This is the boring part, so I'll make it as exciting and as entertaining as possible. Yes, I think Josephine and Miss Lani have shown all about MDIS and how the school has facilities as well as the lecturers as well as the academic route of supporting such programs or different programs that is available at MDIS. And today we are actually only showcasing our School of Tourism and Hospitality. Yeah, but we also have programs leading into degree programs from the UK, as well as masters for hospitality tourism, sustainable tourism as well. So there's also MBAs and things like that. So let me get straight into this unique program that we are trying to do in Bali as well. So I'm sure the team in MEDI is very aware of our unique 236 program. So for those who were there in Bali at Quest Hotel, you all will hear the shouting is still ringing in my ears. And I got everybody to actually shout 236, 236. So the program that we're talking about is commonly or more affectionately known as 236. I know it's not a fancy name or anything. Yeah, but just to quick share is that of course now we got more numbers on the screen here actually. So it's 1, 2, 3, 6. How to explain it is 1 times 2 times 3 times 6 equal to 6. So basically you can see it's 6 modules, but we've got 1 module exemption and 2 months in Bali. So the 2 months we will cover 2 of the modules and then 3 months back in Singapore. So the 3 months in Singapore, they will cover the last 3 modules, making a total of the 6 modules. And after completion of the classes, the academic part of it, they will have a 6 months internship, yes, in Singapore. Yes, and then for students who cannot find internship in Singapore, they're actually more than welcome to go back to their home countries. I think a lot of students, a lot of our international students actually found internship not only in Singapore, but they have also gotten opportunities overseas around the region as well also. Yeah. Okay. Just a quick share. This is actually our published rate basically. I mean, if you look at it, the application part of it, I'll go into details later on in my next slide for the documents that is required to make an official application. But just a quick share with you the intakes and as well as the fees. So you can actually see we've got 4 intakes per year, and then application fee. This is actually calculated based on the rise of our GST. So the GST next year is 9% actually. May not sound like a lot for a 1% increase, but it's freaking everybody out. Everybody in Singapore is trying to purchase anything big. If you need to purchase a house, a car, or even do a renovation of the house, everybody wants to get it done by 31st of December this year, just for the 1% hype actually. So you can see there will be a lot of resources actually needed. There will be a lot of imports from Indonesia as well. So there will also be a lot of traveling going to Indonesia, Batam, Bali, Jakarta, Surabaya, Medan, everywhere. We're just going to spend our 1%. Okay, so application fee, this is based on the new 9%. It's actually 490.5. And then, of course, if you look at the course fee itself, this is also based on the new 9% as well. So it's a very nice to bringing number to it, 5123. So this is in Singapore dollars. It's 5,123. So simplify it, just 5123. And then, of course, non-tuition fee. This is actually the range. There's a range depending, because for the School of Tourism and Hospitality, we've got the professional diploma, international foundation diploma, all the way to our masters. So that range there is calculated in such a way that, you know, for different programs, different modules, there is the fees will actually constitute to our membership fees, our alumni fees, as well as our what's that thing called, the medical fees as well, and also our fee protection scheme. So the fee protection scheme is actually a fee that all the students actually have to pay and things like that. So these fees will actually cover or insure every single dollar that the student paid to MDIS. They pay $1 for their course fee, we insure $1 for their course fee. So this is basically what the fee protection scheme actually means. So moving on to that, you can see this is our published rate, is 6528.5. Just to share with everybody. Okay, so let me go straight into the application process. I think this is the only one that I have for picture, so please bear with me. So if the student wants to apply for the course itself, okay, they will actually need to prepare all the academic transcript, okay, and of course the medium of instruction needs to be in English. Yes. If it's not in English, it has to be translated as well as notarized. Okay, and then passport. The picture is this is the only picture I have for the passport. So they need to photocopy or have a soft copy of their passport in such a format, which is the actual page, information page, as well as the first page together. And then also a recent passport size, white background. I know tourism hospitality students tend to get a bit creative. You know, they like to have the Dubai Khalifa in the background, you know. So no, none of that. It's a simple, straight photograph with a white background. Please remember that. And also the birth certificate in English, as well as the application form. I'll show the application form in very detail in my next few slides as well also. And then also the PDPA form, and also the payment of 490.50. That's the application fee. So this application fee will need to come with the forms as well as the documents that is actually needed. There's a lot of confusion every time when somebody holds onto an application form. So the application form, this is actually designed not by MDIS, not by anyone from the industry actually. This form is actually designed from our beautiful immigration department, our Singapore Immigration Department. So this is adapted from there actually. So we need to have the personal details, and we also have the program selection. So if you see those boxes that's got the box, those are all mandatory fields for the students to actually fill out. Okay. There's no translated version, so all the forms is in English, unfortunately, so sorry for that. And then the part where it's to be completed by Asian, that will be GB Academy. And then for official use, that will be from the site. This part of the form will be filled out by our country manager or the person in charge. In this case, would be Josephine. Okay. And then the next page of this is actually the declaration form. So you can actually see for students aged under 18, this has to be signed by the parents or the guardian. And then for those that actually on the above 18 years old, they sign on the next column as well. Okay, and then for the part of it, this declaration part is that they acknowledge that the country manager or the agency has explained all the details and things like that to them. So there will be a lot of things to explain prior to putting in an application. So this is actually part of our Committee for Private Education's regulation, whereby we need to explain to students what's the school, what it's about, what's the program that you're signing up for, what are the fees that you'll be paying, also an introduction to Singapore, what can you do and what can you not do in Singapore. So there's a lot of explanation before somebody put their signature on the dotted line. So this is basically what's happening here. Okay, and then the signature of the applicant. And then this particular part A, particular of applicant, this is very detailed. So you can actually see they will be asked for their full name, their middle name, and things like that. So for Indonesian, normally they don't separate the first name, last name, or even the middle name. So we'll just put full name in block actually. And then we need to underline the surname. But if there's no surname and all that, then there's no need to underline that. So we can actually see birth certificate number, race, religion, sex, date of birth, their email address. Make sure that students fill up their own personal email address, because for this particular application, the status, the results, and everything will be sent to this email. So it's very important that the email is clearly written out or clearly typed out, and then it's the personal email of the student. Okay. And then of course the international passports, the document number, serial number of the travel documents and things like that. And then on the next half of the page, we are going into details of the parents, or in some cases, step parents, residential status. This is the residential status of Singapore. So if the father is a citizen or a permanent resident, they will actually need to indicate whether either of the parents is or they are not resident or even a permanent resident. Okay. And then comes still on the part of the residential part is the residential address in Singapore. And then also for countries that the students have resided for the last 5 years. So you need to fill in the country, the address, and also the period of the stay in each country actually. And then of course they need to do their declaration. You know, have they been convicted in the court of law? Have they been prohibited into entering Singapore and things like that? And then part B is actually the declaration of the applicant. So I know some of the applicants, some of the students are even too tired by the time they get to this page. So they will just sign and then they'll just date it and things like that. Okay, part C and part D, this is also very important, but half the time for Indonesian students, Malaysian students, or even our Southeast Asia students is not exactly what they call required for documentation. It's just this particular form being filled up. So full details, if it's filled up, they will not, the immigration will not be asking for supporting documents. So please ensure that part C and part D, which is the application to parents as well as step parents, or even if part D is actually for the spouse. Yeah. So the visa status for the parents and the spouse is actually very, very important. Okay. Then part E is actually the applicant's siblings. So the immigration will also like to know whether if there are siblings still in the home country, or there are siblings who are already studying, holding a student visa in Singapore, things like that. Okay, and of course, the more important part would be part F, which is the applicant's educational background. So please ensure that if there's a gap in between the school period, please ensure there's a explanation of, say, for example, I finished high school and then there's actually a gap of 6 months or even like 12 months. What have the student been doing in this 12 months? There needs to be an explanation. There cannot be a too big kind of a gap in between the high school and then the college. Okay. And then there's also part G for the employment. If the student has internship or after high school, the student is out helping family business and things like that. So there is a lot of part-time work, full-time jobs in between that period. As long as there's a gap and all that, it needs to be explained very fully. Okay. So there's a particular gap part as well. So, and then also the applicant financial status, basically. So the immigration wants to know that whether if student is financially, do they have the financial ability to support themselves when they are in Singapore. So they will actually ask for the average monthly income for the parents for the past 6 months. And half the time, I think some of our students have, the mother is actually a housewife and all. So in this case, what the occupation part at the mother's section would maybe be a housewife, homemaker, things like that. So if they're not making any money for the past 6 months and all that, you can actually input that as 0. And then part H1, if any of the parents is actually a citizen or even a permanent resident, the details needs to actually be filled up there as well also. And then for example, for step parents, they need to produce their marriage certificate as well also. And if it's a divorced parents, it goes on and on and on. So make sure that the paperwork and everything needs to be in place. If the mother has the custody of the child, then they will need to produce the custody papers as well also. So this process has always been very tedious, has always been given a lot of headaches, not only for the students, but for the parents and even for agents, even for our sales staff here in Singapore as well also. Okay. So the details here is the flow of how the application will be done. Again, I apologize, there is no picture. I could have actually do a nice flow with a chart or something, but I think it's much clearer if I just go with the words and all that. So in this case, the applicant will make payment as well as submit the complete set of documents, and this will be submitted to Josephine, and then we are processed for this. And what happens is the first step is actually the offer letter. So student will actually get a conditional offer letter to say that, in the event that you clear the student pass or you clear matriculation, then the full student contract as well as the payment schedule will be provided. So the generation of student contract is after the acceptance to the program, and the student will have to make the payment for the course fees. And this typically about 3 to 5 days after the generation of our offer letter. And then for student pass, you will only be applied 2 months or maybe about a month before the course commencement. Yeah. So typically it takes about 4 to 6, some can even go up to about 8 weeks of application. So there is no fixed timing actually, but we also seen some of the very more clear-cut programs whereby student is accepted to the university and they can actually get their student pass within 2 weeks. So the processing time for the student pass is about 2 to 4 typically. Yeah, but to be on the safe side, we typically will share with students to say that it's minimum 4. Maximum we can go is about 6 weeks. Okay. I'll share the slide slides here, but not to worry. I know I'm reading off the slides and things like that, but I think it's much better if we're clear on what's going to happen after the application. So there's two scenarios after the application. One, if it's approved, student will actually make payment for the course fees, and upon clearing of the course fees, they will actually be released of the in-principle approval. For short, we call it IPA here. And this is the documents that the student will be needing to enter into Singapore. Okay, so before the arrival, student will actually, Singapore will ask students to actually do their declaration for the arrival card. And that is actually on our e-service ica.gov. And then once in Singapore, the student will need to send us this social visit pass to us, and then we will actually make the appointment to collect their student pass before their medical checkup, if the student has a medical checkup due. So once the medical checkup is actually completed, the report will be sent to MDIS. This one takes about a week or so. And we will, once the medical report is received, we'll make that appointment to go to ICA for the collection of the student pass. Okay. Please note, the students actually do not need to pay for the medical checkup because it's covered under MDIS, and also for the collection of the student pass at ICA. So the student medical checkup costs about $100 odd, and the collection of student pass is actually $90. So all those is actually covered. So students, when they go for medical checkup or after medical checkup, or when even they go for ICA for the collection, there's no payment to be on the part of the student. Okay. The outcome, the second kind of outcome is actually when student is actually rejected. So once the student pass is being rejected, we actually got about three options. One is to actually do the appeal, but the student will actually need to submit an appeal letter to ICA indicating why they want to study the course, why have they chosen Singapore, what's the plan actually upon completion of their academic studies and things like that. Yeah. So I think a lot of time when it comes to rejection is because of the financial status normally. So students would normally have to say, I wouldn't say get a sponsor, but actually showcase that in the form, if the form is done nicely and all that, they will actually, there's no need to produce bank statement to say that, student can financially support themselves when they are in Singapore. Yes. Of course, there's another option is to actually defer. So because we got 4 intakes a year, so student can actually defer and they can actually try to apply for the student pass again if they are not successful in the first try. Of course, they can also withdraw because they have the application fee is non-refundable, but the course fees that they've actually paid will be fully refunded. Okay. That's the end of my boring presentation. Is there any question for me? Or has everybody left?
Sorry, my internet is unstable, but it's all clear for me. Maybe from our team,
Oh, good.
because we have done a very long talk and long discussions about all each programs.
Yes,
But
I'm so
here
sorry I have to end the thing with all
we
the
have another new
wording.
team. We have Pak Angga, and he's the campus
Hi, Pak.
manager of Mediterranean Bali, Denpasar.
Sorry, I
Mari
wanna
Pak
ask. So at the end, the student will get a completion certificate for the program that's signed by Mediterranean Bali and MDIS.
The certification will be from MDIS. So MDIS will be certifying
The
the
connection
student
is
for
not
this
stable.
professional diploma. So I think to maybe clear the air, I think it's what's happened here is that we will be accepting MDIS qualification into our program. So the articulation and the mapping of the pathway has been done in such a way that we accept MDIS qualification coming into our professional diploma. So it's the best of both worlds for the student. Actually, they get 2 certificates.
Thank you, sir. Can everybody hear me clearly?
Yep.
I see. Because maybe the connection is not really stable here, so Miss Ferry is getting stuck there. Bisa nggak Pak? Miss Ferry bisa nyambung nggak Pak Mang? Pak Mang, can you hear me? Okay. Actually, because we have done, yes, please. Actually, because we have done the discussions before, and also the PPT is with me already. So now we are preparing the marketing tools to publish this program to the public. Since we are going to, since this is the pilot project for Almedi Bali, I would like to send the marketing tools to Miss Barry, and Miss Barry will send to you and also Miss Megan. So all of us can verify even whether the marketing tools is publishable or not. And during the process, of course, we are going to give you more details about how to conduct the 2 months, especially in Mediterranean Bali. And here now we are in Mediterranean Bali Ubud as the place to conduct the 2 months training from MDIS.
Okay.
I think that's all. Miss Ferry, any more concern?
Yeah, maybe one more concern. It's about the international barista competition. So we will do that, right?
Oh yes, correct. Miss Megan was actually talking about it, but I
Mr.
don't have
Kiran,
the
can
exact.
you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you
So
hear me?
is it it on?
I don't have the details. I don't have the
I'm sorry.
dates actually.
Yeah. My connection is unstable.
Hello. Can you hear?
Everyone can hear me? Okay, so it's about the barista competitions, the international competition that we are going to have. It's on December this year.
Okay.
I just want to make a confirmation about it, because when we also announce this program, we also would like to announce that we're going to have the international competition with MDIS about the barista competitions. I want to confirm about it.
Okay. I heard Miss Megan talking about it, but I don't have the full details actually. Yeah, she was saying that I think the arrangement was for us to bring our winner, the prize winner, the top prize winner from Singapore over to Bali. But I think the winner has actually gone back to China. So
yeah. Mr. Liang has completed his degree already. Now he's back in China. Yeah. I think he already find a job. Okay. But we can always talk to him. Okay, maybe we can get more details from Kiran, then we will talk to him. So your idea is actually bring him to Bali to showcase his skills. Is it? What's the arrangement like?
We're not so
Him as
sure.
a
I think
judge?
I think the last time Miss Megan was saying that they want to invite somebody from MDIS, maybe Miss Lenny, and also the winner to actually go to Bali to become a guest judge or just as part of the judging panel or something like that. But that was the last talk I had with her. But then after that, I've not gotten more information. So I need more information maybe from Mehdi to share in December what is the event and what is required from MDIS.
Yeah, okay. I think okay, we can do something together. Okay, Mr. Liang, the champion, has gone back to China because he has already finished his degree. But the third runner-up, Miss Anu, she's still studying here. Okay. So maybe let's see what are the details. Let's look. I will look out for her schedule and see if we can work out something together. But I need more information from Kieran, the dates and all these. See what we can do.
I don't have the information. I'm waiting for Mehdi to give the information.
Then he will share with me.
Yeah.
Then we see what we can do. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All
I
right.
think
Thank
that's all from me, Ms. Intan. Thank you, Mr. Kieran, Ms. Lani.
Are you going to share more details or? Will you be sharing more details of the event?
Sorry.
Will you be sharing more details of the event?
Yeah. So we first, for the marketing tools, we're going to need to make the flyer about it. It's like, what's the content that we will insert on the flyer? Is it a kind of latte art competition, or like, is there any specific competition related to barista? And is there any registration fee, for example? And then what the prize that will they get later on for the first winner, second, the runner-up, for example, and then the detail, the date.
Is the date fixed already, or because I really don't have much information from.
I will tell you about the date, like the fixed dates, after I check the Balinese calendar at the time. Hopefully there will be no Balinese ceremonial day later on. So I will inform you about it.
I think for December, traditionally,
yeah.
Traditionally, a lot of people will not be around. So even myself, actually, I'm actually going to Hong Kong for a short holiday, actually. And if you talk about university support, that is even worse, actually. Some of them will be going on leave like next week, and then they'll be back 2024. This is the university, actually. So I think we have sort of like immersed ourselves in this kind of culture as well. So for December, we need to finalize the date soonest, actually. Yeah, because I think a lot of teachers, a lot of students, lecturers will be very unlikely to be available. Yeah. So is there a fixed date? Is there a date already, or do you have a date in mind? Do you have a date in mind already?
Not really sure about it yet, because I need to talk with the academic team first. That's why I need to confirm it to you. Is it on December, or do you prefer like other months that you think will be suitable? Because since it is kind of international event,
yeah, I think
hopefully we can get a lot of participants later on, because we would like you also to announce it later on in Singapore, right? So they will come to Bali to join the competition.
Yeah, okay. I think maybe not in December, but we can see if we can move around our resources, and we can maybe do a better one in say January. Mid-January before the Chinese New Year. Mid-January or end January before the Chinese New Year. Yeah. So it gives us slightly more time to bring students, to bring participants to this competition as well.
So it's I'm sorry, it's my internet connection is unstable. So do you mean it's on mid of January then? Is it right?
I'm proposing it for it to be in mid-January, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Maybe we'll get,
Thank you.
I'll try to get in touch with Miss Megan to
Okay.
confirm everything as well. So let me talk to Miss Megan before we proceed further with this. Yeah.
Yeah. For your information, so now we're going to we are opening our December program. So we were going to have our class starts on January, but on December the student will have kind of short English course called Speak Up. Okay,
Nice.
so if it is held on January, we will have our students already have our students at that time. They are starting to have their regular classes on January.
Nice. Yes. Perfect, actually, because if it's held on campus, then there will be a lot of participants as well as the support even from the student group as well. So
Okay, thank you.
okay, thank you, thank you.
So for the next communications will be done in a group. And also we are going to update you about the program that we have discussed. And for the next 2 weeks, we are going to start publishing this event and also this program to the public. And also we are going to do some socializations to the target that we are addressing to. We are going to keep you updated about the number. Thank you.
Thank you.
And also we would like to we do the same side. Do the same side.
I have a better one actually. Hang on.
Oh,
You have the real one.
I have the real one.
You have the real one. We are going to socialize this to all Mediterranean Bali campuses. Now, it's all well socialized in Medi Ubud and also Medi headquarters. We are going to move to Medi Trisingaraja, Medi Karangasem, and also Medi Bangli, and some international schools too. So we'll keep you updated with the number.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, so all clear? All campus managers, any concern? Pak Adi? Pak Widi, clear? Pak Angga, nice, perfect. Pak Yogi, Pak Radit, okay, Pak Komang. Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
before we close,
Thank you.
can we have a picture together?
oh, sure.
Okay, siapa yang bisa, who can do the screenshot? Miss Perry, can you? Okay. I really love this. Oh, my. Miss Ferry, okay. Sudah? 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. 2, 3, 1. Miss Medi, Miss Ferry, you are in mute.
2, 3, 6.
Yeah, 2, 3, 6. 2, 3, 6. So nice,
2, 3,
perfect.
6.
Done? Done? Thank
Boleh kan?
you.
Okay.
Have a good day, everyone.
Have a
Thank
good
you, thank you.
weekend.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Have a weekend.
Thank you.
For all
Bye-bye.
CM, we will continue the meeting. Next link, okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
GB. Thank you, GB. Miss
Happy
Chloe,
weekend.
Miss Jocelyn. Thank you, Joe.